The world's biggest construction mistakes, epic blunders, and unbelievable failures. Here are some construction projects that did not proceed as anticipated, ranging from a construction error that resulted in the construction of one of the world's most iconic landmarks to a devastating building collapse in China. We commence with Lotus Riverside Complex. China is recognized for its astoundingly rapid, efficient, and record-breaking construction projects. Given its status as the world's most populous nation, it is increasingly necessary to accommodate the increasing demand for infrastructure and residences. China's construction and real estate industries are the world's largest and most developed, as evidenced by the construction of over 6 million residential properties in 2021 alone. Nevertheless, China's construction industry is renowned for compromising quality to achieve rapid returns on investment, a phenomenon that is directly attributable to its immense size and scope, as well as its strict schedules and profit margins. And occasionally, these sacrifices prove to be both costly and catastrophic. The collapse of an entire apartment building at the Lotus Riverside complex in Shanghai was one incident that ultimately served as a wake-up call. On June 27, 2009, the city of Shanghai was awakened by the deafening rumble of a 13-story apartment building collapsing. The newly constructed building, which was nearly entirely intact, collapsed on its side, narrowly avoiding its neighboring buildings. Unfortunately, the incident resulted in the death of a laborer who was inside the building to retrieve his tools at the time of the collapse. The initial investigations of the incident suggest that an ongoing excavation for a subterranean garage in the building may have contributed to the structure's tipping over. The excavation caused the building's foundations to be undermined, according to the report. Consequently, the adjacent riverbank collapsed as a result of the dug-out soil, which permitted water to combine with the ground. The building's collapse was ultimately caused by the muddiness and loosening of the soil. The investigation exposed a significant issue within the industry in addition to the uprooted foundations. It appears that the organization responsible for the endeavor had been apprised of the potential hazards before the occurrence. Following numerous warnings regarding the unstable soil, a representative of the supervising company informed reporters that the construction firm has consistently disregarded their concerns. It was subsequently disclosed that the construction firm had employed the supervising company to supervise the project. Any issues that arise would be addressed directly by the construction firm, which is the same entity that initially hired them. The construction company had the authority to postpone or reduce the supervising company's fee if they were to report the issues to the local authority's quality control department. As a result of this conflict of interest, crucial individuals from Shanghai Zhongxin Construction were detained for further investigation following the building's collapse. Furthermore, a significant number of individuals who had previously purchased properties from the developer promptly requested refunds or compensation in the wake of the incident. Intempo Skyscraper. The Intempo Skyscraper, situated in Benidorm, Spain, is the tallest residential structure in the European Union, with a height over 200 meters and a total of 47 floors. Construction on the skyscraper commenced in 2006 following a €92 million financing from the Spanish savings bank Caixa Galicia. The endeavor was anticipated to be completed in a mere 3 years at the time. However, the development of the project was significantly impeded by the global financial crisis of 2008, which occurred just 1 year after the project was initiated. The construction company responsible for the project went bankrupt, resulting in the abrupt cessation of all construction activity. A rumor that elevators were not intended for the construction of the skyscraper garnered significant media attention. The account was initially published in a Spanish newspaper, and it was subsequently disseminated by other media outlets. However, it was discovered that this was a fabrication. In response, Rafael Balesta, the sales manager, stated, "We are in the process of constructing the tallest residential skyscraper in Europe. Therefore, how is it feasible to construct without elevators?" However, even if this narrative is inaccurate, the endeavor did not proceed as anticipated. Construction on Intempo resumed in 2010 after a new corporation assumed responsibility for the project. Nevertheless, the employees were unable to receive compensation for an entire 4 months, and they expressed their intention to go on strike in response to the numerous issues with their remuneration. The elevator crashed while 13 individuals were inside, shortly after a lift was erected for the workers to use on the site. It was fortunate that the emergency brakes were operational, as this prevented a catastrophic event. Only 2 employees were transported to the hospital. In addition, Spain's real estate market promptly recovered from the financial crisis, and the construction of Intempo, which was now anticipated to be finalized in early 2014, began to appear optimistic. Nevertheless, the architects who were involved in the project abruptly resigned 1 year before the new date, declining to disclose their rationale to the media. The project's owner filed for bankruptcy less than a year later, which prompted speculation that the architects were departing due to financial difficulties associated with development. For the subsequent few years, Intempo was once again abandoned. In 2017, SVP Global, a Connecticut-based company, assumed responsibility for the project and successfully transformed it. The company was able to successfully conclude the project and surmount the obstacles posed by the COVID-19 pandemic after investing 60 million euros. The Intempo skyscraper's doors were eventually opened in 2021, 15 years after construction first commenced. The building had undergone numerous financial challenges and owners. AquaDom. The AquaDom, which was situated within the Radisson Collection Hotel in the center of the German capital, was the world's largest cylindrical aquarium, standing at a height of 25 meters and containing a volume of 1 million liters of water. The AquaDom, which served as the hotel's focal point, was home to over 1,500 tropical fish belonging to 100 distinct species. The aquarium was equipped with a transparent elevator shaft that traversed its center, allowing hotel visitors to approach the swimming fish. Given that the aquarium was situated in the heart of a hotel, the attraction needed to be routinely maintained and cleaned to guarantee the safety of both the fish and the hotel guests and viewers. On the morning of December 16, 2022, the aquarium abruptly burst, releasing 1 million liters of seawater into the hotel foyer and ultimately onto the streets. The hotel's interior was destroyed by the sudden outburst of water, which also encompassed the building's entrance. Local seismographs were able to detect the shockwaves generated by the aquarium's collapse due to the abrupt surge of water. Thankfully, the incident occurred early in the morning when there were only a few people in the area. Only 2 individuals were injured and subsequently hospitalized because of the aquarium's collapse. Had it been during prime hours, the collapse would have likely proved fatal, according to authorities. Investigations on the incident's probable cause point to material fatigue as the most likely reason for the aquarium's collapse. According to experts, the large temperature difference between the warm water inside the aquarium and the cold air outside, which was reportedly below freezing on the night before the incident, might have caused the acrylic panels of the aquarium to weaken and ultimately break. The Tower of Pisa. The Tower of Pisa is the second item on the list, which may come as a surprise. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is one of Italy's most significant monuments, with over 6 million visitors annually and recognition as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Despite this, Italy's most generally recognized landmark is the consequence of a construction defect. The tower was built in the 13th century and functioned as a freestanding bell tower for the Pisa Cathedral. It's possible to trace the tower's iconic 4-degree tilt back to the very commencement of its construction in 1173. During the construction of the second floor, the tower began to sink into the earth on its side. The tower gradually began to tilt due to the ground's inability to support the weight of the structure, as it was constructed on top of loose and unstable subsoil and had only a 3-meter deep foundation. Therefore, how did the structure endure for such an extended period? Why is it not collapsing and instead remaining in this position? As per one source, the tower's survival was contingent upon the Republic of Genoa's prolonged involvement in conflicts with its neighboring countries, which delayed construction for an extended period. The underlying soil had ample opportunity to settle and harden over the years as a result of this construction hiatus. The tower's tilt progressively deteriorated over the subsequent decades, as the structure was eventually completed nearly 2 centuries after construction commenced. In the 1990s, the 4-degree inclination had increased to as much as 5.5 degrees, and the Italian government took action. Do you know of other similar construction mistakes like these? Which projects do you want us to cover next? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.